The other troubling news out of Melbourne, 2 vaccination hubs in Melbourne CBD have shut because of safety concerns after staff were spat on by anti-vaccination protesters. Julia Bradley is live from Melbourne for us. Julia, the Premier condemning these individuals, but the centres for now shut until Monday, just when we need this vaccination rate to tick up.
That's exactly right, Tom. We heard from Victoria's Premier Daniel Andrews very early in that press conference about this concerning situation where anti-vaccination protesters yesterday spat on some staff, and because of that, 2 vaccination hubs are now being shut down until Monday. Cohealth confirmed this on their Twitter page this morning. They say that their Central City and their Melbourne Town Hall vaccination clinics will be closed until they deem that it is safe to reopen them. These staff were targeted on their way to work. Cohealth now telling its staff not to wear their uniforms or their lanyards for fear that they will be targeted. Daniel Andrews calling this behaviour appalling.
Why would you abuse, why would you, as I'm told, be spitting on people who are doing that sort of work? That's ugly, it's uncalled for. I'm not sure whether those people can be identified, but if they can, it'd be my expectation that Victoria Police would deal with them.
Now, Tom, we are expecting another day of protests here in Melbourne, but nothing has kicked off just yet, thankfully. As you can see around us, still a very heavy police presence here outside the CFMEU headquarters. Police are on standby. There's a significant amount of officers poised and at the ready. There was some talk this morning on an encrypted service telegram from protesters that they could perhaps be splitting off early in the day, some heading to the headquarters here and another to the headquarters of the Nurses Union before converging in the city, but we haven't seen that unfold just yet, thankfully. The concern today is that there could be a bigger group of protesters because those from the anti-vaccination and anti-lockdown movement are now calling on other professions to get involved, teachers as well as nurses. We know that Victoria's government has just mandated the COVID vaccination for the education workforce. Concerns that that protest could get bigger because it now will include different professions. We haven't yet seen that unfold, and this all comes after those violent demonstrations yesterday. We saw things really come to a head at Melbourne's Shrine of Remembrance yesterday afternoon, all coming to a head about 4:45 at night. That is when we saw police move in on those protesters at the shrine. They deployed a number of different tactics to bring that demonstration under control. We've heard widespread condemnation from veterans and also the Prime Minister.
I'm good.
I think those scenes were disgraceful and the conduct was disgraceful. I think the RSL President put it best. This is a sacred place. It's not a place of protest. It was disrespectful and it dishonoured those Australians who have made the ultimate sacrifice. And I would hope any and all who were engaged in that disgraceful behaviour would be ashamed.
Oh, I think it's disgusting behaviour. And every Australian who's just going and quietly rolling up their sleeve and getting a jab is doing much more to get us back on the path to opening up than any of these idiots who are protesting in Melbourne and desecrating the Shrine of Remembrance. Like, that really is disgraceful behaviour.
We're just absolutely disgusted and absolutely ashamed of those people that were out there yesterday. You should be absolutely disgraced in yourselves.
More than 200 people were arrested yesterday. Thankfully, there haven't been any further confrontations this morning.
All right, well, let's hope it remains quiet there, Julia. Certainly getting a lot of people off side if they weren't already in the past 24 hours.